All right, we back at it. Homegrown Radio. Chuck Dizzle DJ Hed.
We in this bitch.
Yes, that's what you're supposed to say. West Coast, man.
Hey, I'm going international, so I'm.
Okay. Well, I mean, it would have been more appropriate this go round, man, because we got one of the homegrown homegirls checking in. Compton, stand up. We got singer, songwriter, choreographer, dancer. I mean, she got a lot of slashes. She's from Compton. We got Sharma LaDonna up in the building right now. Sharma LaDonna, what's the word? What's the word? How you feeling?
I feel good. I feel good. Thank you guys for having me.
Hey, how many times do people fuck your name up?
I know I did like probably 3 times already.
People don't fuck my name up. Charm LaDonna. It's simple.
Yeah. I was trying to give you that French shit with it, though. I was trying to say, like, Charm LaDonna. I said Charm, but I was trying to be, give you a little
I wasn't even talking about him. Only the guilty feel accused. I was just saying in general, like, there are Caucasian outlets that might not necessarily understand the cultural dialect of your name.
No, I mean, it's Charm. It's simple. They get it.
Charm. Now, I got an issue with you. I want to just get off my back right now. I'm going to tell you right now. It's like a backhanded compliment. All right. Now, the WestSide song, the video, it just made me realize how much I'm pissed off that we didn't get outside. You know what I'm saying? Like the vibe, the vibe that you had in the video, how vibrant it was, how much it represent the culture from the clown dancing to just being on top of the roof. I mean, the low, everything just encompassed everything about being outside. And it made me like, damn, we really didn't get a summer this year. So, I mean, talk about the inspiration for the video, and just everything going into WestSide.
I mean, I shot it this year in COVID, and the inspiration was that we couldn't go outside, and it felt like an outside record, and I didn't want to stray away from that. So I literally went on my homie's block. We like shut off his little. We shot it on one block. I called my cousins. I called like everybody in the video's friends and family because I couldn't have done it without the community first and foremost. And we just shot it on that block. The homies came through with their bikes. My little cousins came through. My friends came through. I mean, even from like my hair, makeup, wardrobe, everybody was a homie from LA. And they pulled up for me, staying, keeping it safe and keeping it 6 feet apart. And we just shot it. And I wanted to feel the culture. I wanted people who not from here to feel our culture. So that's what, inspired it.
And I love it though, man. I love it because you did bring that forefront to the stage. And I think that people got that, but it just really made me miss, like, damn, we really didn't get a summer. Now, how did
I miss it, man, because I need people riding, outside with it, with the top down at the beach, like.
Yeah.
But I still want to put the record out. I didn't want our times to kind of like stop me from doing it.
Yeah.
So I just did it. I said, fuck it.
The good thing about it is that it's a timeless record, so it will live on, and obviously we'll continue to celebrate it either way. But how did COVID affect your 2020? That's one thing that we've been the conversation has been. It's either turned up your hustle, kind of like kept you back, or how did it affect you?
A little bit of both for me. Like in the beginning, I think I'm just like probably the rest of the world, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? I stayed in the house, and then work just started happening, and I was still recording at my house, and then I did the WestSide record, and the WestSide record kind of like pushed me to like keep going in a way. Like that was the start of my new finding inspiration for 2020, and so I just been like shooting videos and still in the studio and still choreographing, doing all what I do, but it's been on and off. Because some people not working, and I got friends, my cousins at home, and they don't, what I'm saying, they doing their schoolwork, they over it. So I'm just trying to make the best out of it,
What's your take on the state of music right now, as far as like you? I mean, I feel like it's a almost a risk, not a risk, but it's bold to put out a single called WestSide, and it be so on some real California shit, because a lot of times, and I've experienced this, and you can touch on your experience. I've heard the term, it's too West Coast, and I literally don't know what the fuck that means, because
I don't either.
You got people like Griselda who doing some real hardcore New York shit. It's upstate. It's not New York City, but it's still some New York shit, and I don't ever hear that same label being placed on their music.
Yeah, I don't, I believe in what I'm doing. I believe in the culture. I rep West hard, like you do, like you know what I'm saying. So I said, fuck, I put it out, and hopefully let the West arrive. And I got other records too that, if you want to call it more like, I guess, an international kind of sound-ish, but all of it stems from where I'm from. So I don't care what kind of beat it is, you're gonna hear where I'm from in the West. Yeah, that answers your question.
Yeah, and then also, do you think that I also want to get your take on the state of R&B too, because that's like a big conversation right now, especially for what we do, because R&B is not necessarily what it used to be in the 90s. It's not at the forefront of hip hop, forefront of culture, right? Hip hop is the biggest genre, obviously, it's the most influential. You being an R&B artist, so to speak, like, do you feel like it's almost, is it having a resurgence, or do you feel like it's been backburnered for so long? Like, where are your thoughts on it?
To be honest, like I see why people say I am R&B, because I have melodies in my stuff, but I be like my other records I be spitting like hard. It's just though I like the sound. I love melodies, and I feel like that melodies in a song make a great record for me, at least.
That's hit records. I mean, you gotta have you have melodics in there for sure.
Yeah, I want people to sing along and feel good. So I think that R&B, to answer your question, is still here. It ain't really never left. It's just a matter of who puts it, I guess, quote unquote, in the forefront. But to me, R&B is here. Like, I listen to R&B. All my friends listen to R&B. Like, old school, new school, whatever. It's still here.
Now, how would you describe your style in a couple of words, if you could? Like, for somebody that presses play for you for the first time, I know it gets hard. It's one of those things, like asking somebody what their favorite song is. I know it's hard for artists to do that, but if you could describe your style in like 3 words, how would you do that?
West. Shit. Man, that's a good question. I think West. I think tribal, and I think aggressive. West, tribal, aggressive. Yeah, there you go. There's my 3 words. At least the records that you about to hear coming out, at the top of the year.
No, but I want to kind of dig into the core of who you are, because I think with every artist, you'll get different sides of that person's personality. So whether we get that in the top of the year or whatever, like you'll still get something in your DNA of who you are. So the core of charm, like where did this come from? Like where was the inspiration behind wanting to do music, wanting to actually get in entertainment?
Yeah. So that literally comes from my growing up. My brother was a rapper. And he would pick me up from school, take me to the studio with him, and I that's when I kind of fell in love with music. And he was a writer. He would be like with Dub C and all them back in the day, like, and that's where I kind of learned, right? And then I rapped for a cool minute. It was just on the back burner. I was more of like doing it with him, and then my brother got locked up, and I just kind of put it to the side and focused on like my other endeavors, my other arts, and but I've always been recording this whole time. Even when I saw you on Rhythm and Flow, bro, I was recording it. I just ain't say nothing.
Hey, man, I know, right? So to what Chuck is saying, right, as far as you diving into the music thing and really want to take it serious, do you think that that's hindered you in other aspects of your arts, like as far as like maybe you can't go and choreograph this video because you have a studio session to work on your own shit? Like, what's that line to teeter between the two?
I've it's new for me right now, because me putting out the records, I'm doing everything this year, and I'm still choreographing, and I find the balance, but I am starting to put myself first. Right, I am starting to put myself first. I am like, hey, if I got a studio session, I'm not gonna change that date because someone asked me to do something. We just gotta work around it.
Has that always been the case?
No, it hasn't. It has not always been the case.
What was that shift for? When did you realize you had to start putting yourself first?
COVID, this time, when I just started self-reflection, man, self-reflection, when I realized, sitting down and thinking about how much time I spent doing other things. Not that I don't enjoy, my life and my experiences, but because those also fulfill me as well, right? I knew that I wanted to do music, and I knew if I did not stop and just focus and really go record my records, really put my all into it, right, my creative mind into it, it would never get done.
Now, something that, I mean, we're gonna get to the Rhythm and Flow shit, but I want to go back a little bit, because I remember seeing you on the Damn Tour. Was it the Damn Tour?
Yeah, it was a Damn Tour.
And you was like, I mean, okay, tell me this, because I know K-Dot back in the day, right? We know Goofy K-Dot. We know him in other ways, and the public knows him, the Black Revolutionary, right? Does Kendrick got rhythm?
100%.
Because
100%.
because I see him. I see the way, like, you know, y'all. I went to the tour and I saw the whole shit, but it just seems like it was so comfortable. Y'all, like y'all being on stage, it seemed like it wasn't forced. It wasn't. Did it take time to get that chemistry with Kendrick?
You know, I've known Doc for a minute, and that's just something I think that naturally came. You know, we from the same city, and you know, kids that love the arts. And to be honest, like, people don't even know that we low key was freestyling and improvising on stage. Nothing we ever did was the same.
Are you
Nothing we
serious?
ever did, yeah, nothing we ever did was really the same. I mean, we kind of had like, okay, you go on that side, I'll go on that side, maybe. But it literally was just like how we felt. He would watch me, I would watch him, and I think that's what the special, like, that, you know what I'm saying, that like rawness you felt was that because it was never the same. No night was the same for us.
Wait, so you're saying that y'all didn't really rehearse the movements on stage for the damn tour?
No.
Wow. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
Don't get me wrong. Like, we have, you know, it's a tour. You got rehearsal, but it's not steps. We don't count steps. We're not like, okay, go left, go right, go left. Nah, we feel it. We feel the music. His music is so powerful. You know, that's my bro. Like, and we just rocked out. We just rocked out, and you can't teach that.
For reference, for people that may not have got a chance to go on the tour, obviously you can see certain clips on YouTube, but I know there was a Grammy performance that was just insane. You know what I'm saying? So like stuff like that, you can also see, like, you know, the rhythm that's there, and back to your word, tribal, like that's what I hear, and that's what I see when I actually see those kind of performances as well. So it's all encompassing your package.
You know, I'm glad you brought that performance up, because that performance was the key performance for me, where I realized that I could do my music, I could choreograph, I could direct, I could creative direct, and perform. I could do it all. That was a key performance for me, because I was on stage performing. You know, I choreographed it. You know, I'm on the creative team, I helped, and then boom, it happened. So that moment, you know, and it shifted me completely as well.
You talking about the Grammys?
Yeah, the Grammys, that performance.
Yeah. Wow, amazing.
And also, like, as far as like, correct me if I'm wrong, but there were no other women on that tour, right?
Nah.
So you was the only girl on the damn.
Come on, talk your shit.
You was the only. You were the only woman on the damn tour.
On stage, yeah. Wow. We had, I mean, there was like, you know, there's like a couple people, you know, like wardrobe and stuff, but like I was the only woman on stage performing. Even at the Grammys, I was the only woman on that stage.
So you got a sense of pressure to have to not? Is that something that's in the forefront of your mind, or was like it wasn't even a thought?
No, it wasn't even a thought until I got assigned. It's so crazy. The band, they had made me a sign called Dance Her. And I dance her, but dance her. And they were like, man, you know, we're all literally family, man, like sis. And it was just cool. Like, I felt like I was like the little sister to everybody. Like, I didn't have to pick my bags up. Like, it was cool.
Do you think that when you are representing in that facet, right? Because I know for me personally, before we got our show and stuff like that, I was technically the only representation for people that look like us and come from where we come from in our medium, in our platform, right? So when you are like the only woman on the stage with Kendrick for the Grammys, or you're the only woman on the damn tour, do you ever feel like, okay, how am I representing my tribe?
You know, I don't think that's at the forefront of my brain. I think after I get off stage and I see, like, example, like performing at the Staples Center, and I was like, yo, like, I saw so many girls in the audience that look like me.
Right.
And they see me, or I see my cousins and they proud of me. Like, it hits me then.
Gotcha.
Like, dang, I'm really like, I'm really, you know, inspiring people who look like me, who from where I'm from, who can see us on the platform. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
I'm gonna tell you some shit. Like, one of my friends, Debbie Brown, real dear friend of ours, she told me right before I got the job at the radio station, she was just like, I was like, I don't know what they're gonna offer me, whatever. And she told me, she said, whatever they offer you, you have to take it. And I'm like, what? You know, I'm on some ego shit now. Like, we got our own platform. And she was like, no, it's not for that. It's for what you represent to people that are coming after you, right? To the little black dude that's in Carson or in Compton or anywhere on the east side that's looking at you like, oh shit, he's there, I could do that too. So when you say you come off the stage at the Grammys and you see, you know, little girls that look like you and shit like that, I understand it's a different recalibration that you have to do in your mind.
100%. And then it's kind of like, you know, like the DMs I get or people hitting me up, or even a lot of parents hit me up like, yo, like keep doing what you're doing. Even me doing my music, I'm still getting so much love because I think it's just a matter of like, as a Black woman, I'm not letting nobody put me in a box. I don't care if you do know me as a choreographer. I do music too. I'm an artist as well. I write, I sing, I rap, and I'm gonna continue to do it the best way I can.
Mm-hmm.
Now, working with established artists like that from Kendrick, I mean, we didn't even talk about Madonna. I mean, that's a whole different bar right there. We'll definitely get into that. But was there the transition from saying, okay, no, I'm going to take myself serious? I knew you had it in your mind, but when you connected with teams or like really reached out and trying to make that effort, like, no, I want to go back hard with the music. What was the transition period for you in breaking through and having people actually take you serious?
You know, it's crazy. Like all my homies that kind of knew that, they kind of knew I did music already. So they was like, about time. Like everybody was like, about time now, do you and go hard. Go hard for yourself like you go hard for us in a way. And that love is like, it's unmatched.
First of all, the Madonna shit is a bar. Okay. Another bar obviously is you being a choreographer. Have you ever stepped outside of your box? Like say you get hired to choreograph Dua Lipa video, right? Okay, you there with Dua Lipa, and you know for a fact you got a fire ass song in your hard drive that Dua Lipa would fit on. When do you ever be like, hey, I know I'm hired to do this, but it's like, hey, nigga, I need you to jump on this record.
Yo, I ain't crossed that bridge yet. When I'm choreographing, I'm choreographing. And I ain't crossed that bridge yet. And at some point, you know what I mean? I'm fortunate enough to have, I can call these people friends. So when I'm ready for that, I'll be ready for that, but I ain't crossed that bridge yet. I mean, that's how I've been doing choreography so long. You didn't even know I was doing music.
I had no idea.
Exactly.
And that's why I told you.
I want to hear this story because you guys, obviously the connection is rhythm and flow. So when did you realize that she did music?
And nigga, when she started dropping the music, she was like, so I forgot. I think we jumped on live or some shit. She was like, hey, I'm gonna hit you up. Like I got some shit coming. I'm like, all right, bet. Like hit me up. I gave her my number and shit. And then that was it. And the next thing I know, it was like,
can't wait to see on the video on some, some other shit.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, take my number. It's all good. Like hit me up whenever, whatever. And then all of a sudden it was like record. And I think it was like, I was like, oh shit. Okay. I guess we doing records. So. Right.
Yeah.
Or I think it was so, right?
It was
so. So I'm like, oh, all right. This is what we doing. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I had to do my homework. I wanted to do my work. I had to present. I wanted to show, I had to show y'all the video. You see, so I'm serious. This is not for play. This is not for play.
So you wanted to get the full package together. You wanted to get the visuals intact. You wanted to get obviously the music. Now, is there a full body of project that we can look out for? Like, what can we expect from this music?
There's a full body of project that's gonna come out hopefully top of next year. I'm gonna drop, don't quote me, but a couple more songs to create the storyline. I'm a visual artist, so I have visuals for every song. So you're gonna keep getting visuals and songs. That's gonna lead to this big project.
I'm gonna press you about the name in a second, so I'm gonna give you a minute to decide.
I'm not giving you none of that.
All right. We'll talk. We'll talk in a second. But speaking of storyline, I was watching something. I forgot it was an interview that you were doing, but it was something that resonated with me a lot because we talked about it on a podcast recently, and I was talking about the sacrifices that my mom made for me to do what I'm able to do. And in reference to that, it was like she had a conversation with me saying, how long is this radio thing gonna go? And it wasn't a questioning thing. It was just like, yo, I've been seeing you go to the station here and you've been doing it for years. Like, how long? And I basically stopped. I'm like, didn't you sacrifice all of your shit? Like, put your dreams aside so I can do what I can do? And from that moment, she was like, I got it. That was a couple of weeks ago, right? And since then, I got promoted to the night show, so it was a great feeling from that. So this is amazing, right? But I saw an interview that you were talking about how your mom worked at a dance studio just so you can actually not work there, but actually be able to take lessons.
I mean, my mom, I talk highly of my mom all the time because she did sacrifice. She would clean the floors, do the mirrors, just to kind of help pay for the classes. And as I was getting older, I was getting better. Once you get better, you need more classes, you need more shoes, you need more, you just need more and more and more. And she didn't want to, stop my growth. So she just continued to go to work and come to the dance studio and work there in order for us to be able to pay for classes and for me to continue to like advance up 100%.
Now, when did you realize the sacrifices she was doing for that? Because it's easy to see, okay, yeah, she's cleaning around and woo, but when did you realize, like, oh no, she's doing that so I can actually take these classes? Was it then in that moment, or was it later down the line?
I was 10. I remember it clearly because my mom was the only mama in there scrubbing floors and washing the mirrors. So I knew she was doing that for me to be able to take class.
That's
my mom
crazy.
has never like sugarcoated shit with me. She's very honest, and I get a lot of that from who I am from her.
Let's get into that. The honesty thing, right? Because no, I'm saying you being able to take constructive criticism is a very integral part of being an artist. And I think it starts early, like what you said with your mom and or your upbringing, whatever your family dynamic was, right? My mom didn't sugarcoat shit either. And I think that translates into our art and our careers later on in life. So then later on, when people are like, man, what's wrong with man? Hed's an asshole. And Charm, yeah, she's a motherfucker. Like, I think those types of things stem directly from what you just talked about.
I agree with that 100%.
All right, so now it's time to press you again. So this project that we're gonna get, that you're not gonna give us the name, okay?
No.
We don't necessarily have a date, but you're gonna create a storyline for it. So it will be coming out sometime next year, correct?
Yes, it will. It will be. I'll be dropping songs before the project.
How many songs?
Boom.
I'm gonna say 2.
Videos with
2 songs.
Videos with them.
They already shot?
I'm about to say, are the songs already recorded, video shot?
Done.
Okay, so for your fans that are going to hear this and see this, if you don't deliver on your deliverables, right? We have the right to hold you accountable.
100%. You got the right to hold me accountable, call me, all that. Put me on blast.
Oh, I'm gonna light your ass up.
You mentioned 2 records. Are we getting the EP? Are we getting the full project? What are we gonna be getting?
You're gonna get an EP first, and then it's gonna, lead into a full project.
So the EP will be top of the year sometime, first quarter.
Exactly.
Okay.
First quarter.
And
I'm pushing for first quarter. Don't quote me. Just quote me on the videos and the singles I'm dropping.
Hey, look, her people texting her. They in the back like,
Stop it up.
Go to commercial.
Now it you can say yes or no. All right.
Okay.
Let's just say yes or no.
Okay.
Will it be a self-titled project?
No.
Boom. No. Okay. That was a okay. Will it have something to play with your name?
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, it will. It will have something to play with my name.
Oh,
hey, listen. Hey, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you, and I don't know who's all in here. Let me see. You got 3 team members in here. I want this to be documented. Your third album.
Oh, damn. My bad.
Your third album should be called Third Time's a Charm.
Oh!
Oh, look at you,
Write
creative director.
Right.
You creative over there.
Hey, sometimes this shit just write itself. You understand what I'm saying? I need publishing though. You know what I'm saying? But but I just wanted to be documented that I said that today because that's a fire ass third project.
I'm trying to take points off the album either. Bro.
I ain't gonna take no goddamn points. I don't take nothing off no. But
I'm just saying.
I want my credit when you on stage and you accepting your Moon Man, you get another MTV or whatever the fuck you get.
You gotta give her a Grammy, dog. Don't sell her short with the Moon Man. Come on, we going Grammy status with this.
Okay,
Grammy.
well, whatever award I don't give a fuck if it's a attendance certificate.
I got you.
If she on stage, I want. All right, bet. Anyway, let's talk. Let's talk rhythm and flow.
Yeah.
One, I really appreciate. I'm gonna say this because I always try to give credit where it's due. I want to salute to Jesse Collins and their whole team, and even the team at Netflix, because when I signed on, and you can give me your experience, but when I signed on to do rhythm and flow, obviously it was in the beginning process because I went from the auditions all the way through. But when I first agreed to do the show, I was very, very adamant about how this show has to be authentic, with authentic culture and authentic people. And they reassured me, like Jesse and his team was like, no, look, it's going to be authentic. The judges are making all of the calls. There's no production involved. There's no hidden contracts. This this dude isn't signed to TI. Like none of the weird shit that be going on that people think, right? So I was very skeptical on doing the show, honestly, when I first signed on. Did you have the same reservations? And if you did or did not, and then what made you go ahead and agree to do the show?
No, I didn't have those reservations. Just because I guess tying it back into my artistry stuff, like I wanted to work and help develop some new artists. And it was hip hop, and it was a show that we've never had. And and Jesse, like, shout out to Jesse, because Jesse does amazing work. I kind of knew, right? Relationship. I'm like, Jesse, you know what he's doing. They know Netflix know what they're doing. I'm about to hop on this just because it's hip hop, it's culture, and I believe even just looking at the deck and talking to him what it was. And if I was coming at the end, so I knew the last contestants were going to be the fires people at the whole show,
right?
And it turned out to be that way,
right? Obviously, they brought you in. It's like, hey, everyone, this is Charm. She's going to be working with you on your choreographing your performances, right? When you go in and you see and you kind of, you as a choreographer, one of my friends told me the first thing that they do is assess the client. Where are you at comfortability? What can you do? What can't you do? What aren't you willing to do? When you first approach that, because obviously these are people that you've never probably met before in your life, what's the process like?
I mean, it's like you getting to know a new person, right? You go up, first of all, listen to the record, listen to the music. I want to know how they feel about it. I want to know what it means to them and what they want to, emote while performing it. And then we kind of go from there, and we develop and we build and I choreograph based off and with that, you already know I had a little time with them. We were pushing through, and I had to, quickly assess that in that little time. Play the music, listen to the record. I know how their music made me feel. And then I just kind of went with it. And then it was a collaborative thing. It's always a collaborative thing when it comes to me in choreography. Even when I'm in the studio, it's a collaboration.
Now, we say a little bit of time, like just in the frame of the conversation, how much time do you normally like require to do some kind of work like that? And how much time were you given with Rhythm and Flow?
Well, normally sometimes you get like, depending on, what I'm saying, the situation, but let's say normally you get like 8 hours for one person to kind of figure out a rehearsal. And I think what each of them, which was even more crazy, which people probably don't know, I think I got like an hour with each person.
An hour?
I think I got like an hour and a half with each person collectively over time.
Crazy,
like, yeah.
So I can't even do an hour of show prep. Like, what?
Yeah. But, but it was a lot of prep in that, right? Like I had the music, and, me having conversations with them and then going in and just kind of like getting it done. And, not to toot my own horn, but I'm kind of.
I was going to say, toot that shit.
Like, I'm kind of good at what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of like, you know what I'm saying? I do what I do.
That speaks to your skill for sure.
Well, okay. So my question would be is, when you came in, it was the last 6, was it? No.
It was the last 6, I think.
6,
yeah,
the last 6.
6.
It was the last 6. Okay. Who was the most advanced and who needed a little bit of work?
The most advanced, but see, here's the thing, like all of them had they were advanced in different ways, right? But I'm gonna just keep it a bean. To me, advanced, Smoke, bro. And I'm not even saying that because he's from the city. Like Smoke, he kind of he just kind of had it. He was there already, and I was just there to help enhance what he already kind of knew.
Got you. And then who was a little challenging to work with for you?
I'm gonna keep it. It's not even like not no sugarcoat and stuff. Like none of them were challenging in the sense of like hard to work with or hard to create for, because they were all so open and they was all hungry. They all had their greatnesses and they all had their different weaknesses, and I just kind of like help build on what that is for them.
Do you agree with who won Rhythm and Flow?
I agree with who won Rhythm and Flow. No bias. No, it's no bias either. Like all of them, like even the last, because I really spent time with the Final 4. They're all special, man. They're all special. But I don't know, something just that last performance with Smoke playing that piano. I said, man, this it right here. That was it.
If Smoke wouldn't have won Rhythm and Flow, who would you have deemed the winner?
I thought it would probably honestly Flawless.
Flawless.
I think it would have been Flawless to me.
Just interested because Flawless, his final performance didn't really have choreography like that. It was more like storytelling. Did you have any input on his final performance as well?
Yeah, I had input on everybody's final performance, and it was a conversation with Flawless, just understanding what he wanted to emote and how he wanted to be perceived. I didn't choreograph him though, right? Like nothing was choreographed, but it was making sure like the characters he had on stage was moving in a way that he felt was right to who his, representing his family and all that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
So
now are there talks of you coming back for season 2?
I hope I come back. Hey, you know more than me, probably. Am I coming back?
I don't have a comment on the current topic.
Yeah,
I currently have nothing fruitful to offer at the moment.
How about this? How about you tell us the name of the album, and then Hed, you give her a hint.
Oh!
Yo, why you setting us up?
That's you messy as fuck.
Messy.
Just saying, man.
I'm supposed to be the wild card. You're supposed to be the straight man.
It's a give situation. I'm just saying, I would like to know both answers.
I'm not saying nothing. Next question.
I don't have a comment on the current climate of Rhythm and Flow season 2, which is slated to return.
Crazy. That's crazy. Well, I get it. I understand. Yeah, I gotta get your money for so. All right. So look, album is coming for sure. Project is coming for sure.
Project's coming. EP coming. Album coming. All that's coming. I'm not stopping. I'm coming.
There's one thing that we do gotta ask. I know you're big on this too, man. We're big on speaking stuff into existence, right? So we always ask artists or ask people that come through the show, what's one thing that has to happen before the year ends, okay? And it can be a year from today. The year can't end without Charm doing what?
Performing WestSide on an award show. Performing WestSide for the people.
I'm not mad at that.
Put me on the stage.
Now, when you're writing your vision board, or when you're thinking of artists that you want to collab with at some point in time, right? Who's that? Just going to shoot some names out that you definitely want to get on the track, whether it be whatever. Just putting the booth together.
that for sure. That's Mando, Kendrick. You know who I'm rocking with right now? Blast, man.
Fire. And how about this? You tell us the name of the album, we can get Blast on the project.
How about you get Blast on the project and then I tell you the name of the album?
I don't have nothing to do with this shit. I'm
messing with you. But no, Blast is fire though too, for sure.
Yeah.
Someone wanted to ask you about too is, so I remember I had Rhapsody come in for an interview, and I was asking Rhapsody about the term FemC, and you say you be spitting bars, right? Do you fuck with that term FemC, or do you not? You don't like it?
No, I don't. I mean, FemC is dope.
So you're not tripping. What about
I'm not tripping.
What about I'm talking about the actual, like, not the term, I guess, but more of the segregation, of male and female rappers, right? So it's like we always take male rappers, but he's the dopest rapper, and then here it comes. Oh, that's my best. That's my favorite female rapper. But it's like technically they both rap, so the segregation of the two.
I mean, to be honest, like it is what it is. It don't bother me. Put me on both sides.
I feel that. Give me everything.
give me it all. Because people gonna do that regardless, right? Like people gonna put things in their own category, in their own boxes to make it work for them, which is cool. So.
Did you vote?
I voted.
For sure. Did you?
100%.
Okay, for sure. I just wanted to double check. I'll be holding
easy.
people accountable.
Do that.
If you weren't in the entertainment field, is there something that Charm would be doing if this was wiped off the table? The singing, the rapping,
the choreography, all that. I'd probably be a lawyer or something, to be honest.
You like to argue?
A little bit.
You problematic.
See, here you go being messy.
I'm just saying. No, I'm saying like. Okay, well, tell me why first. Let me ask.
Okay, to be honest, yes. I feel like where that came from was my brother got locked up and he didn't have proper representation. That is real. And then I was like, well, okay, I want to be a lawyer, and that's where it was. And then it just transitioned for me.
Got you. Okay. All right.
See.
All right.
I'm too.
Hey, look, man. Look. Sometimes you got to just throw the chum in the water and see what comes. You know?
Well, look, man, we appreciate the conversation and look forward to you blossoming throughout the years. And you know, this is going to be the first of many conversations. If there's anything you need on our end, please let us know. Don't hesitate to reach out. Is there one thing or anything you want to let the people, the fans, or whoever know out there that we haven't discussed as of yet?
No, I mean, you know, I'm glad. Thanks you for having me. Everybody tuning in. It's your girl, Charm LaDonna. Stream WestSide. Go look at the video. It's just the beginning. I swear I'm coming. I'm repping for the city hard. 100%.
100%. Appreciate you. Listen, I just want to say this on record. You are seen, Queen. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you, King.
Yeah.
Just
in case they try to cancel me later, I'd be like, nah, look, I told her she was.
No, can't nobody cancel you. You ain't never been canceled.
Put that on record, man. Charm LaDonna, how can they follow you? How can they get in contact with you? How can they keep up with the music?
Charm, everything on my socials, Charm LaDonna, CharmLadonna, for those who would kind of butcher my name, as you would say. Yeah, hit me up, DM me, all that. I'm here.
And her album, she said her album is dropping January 15th. It's called.
I did not say that. Hey, see, here you go. I'm about to start getting text messages.
All right.
Sometime next year, 2021, be on the lookout, man. Charm LaDonna. All right, it's Homegrown Radio, Chuck Dizzle DJ Hed, and we out.